but it's a nice way of getting into the area. So I'm going to come in very light. Don't squeeze the head too tight. Very light. And you don't want your axilla in your face. On top. And very light here. And I'm going to induce a chin tuck. And that's going to bump. That's going to flex the upper neck. Bump the lower neck 2 through 7 into a retracted direction. Retraction as compared to extension. Retraction. A retraction actually gives us some extension. We're going to chin tuck to get the upper neck flexed, and then we're going to drive the lower neck into retraction. And that's going to then bump or drive the upper thoracic into some extension. So I'm going to put my listening contact between T1 and T2. So find promenades. So extend. There goes 6 forward, and there's 7 stays. 1, 2. So I get between the spinous process of 1 and 2. This is called the interspinous space. It's the best point to actually listen or sense motion between the spinous processes. Interspinous space, interspace, sometimes. Coming in, I'm trying to give a little stability to the body so it doesn't move all over the place. Only the part I want to move is moving. Very gently retracting the lower neck, bumping the upper thoracic, and I feel motion occurring between T1 and T2. So I get my quantity, my quality. You can go all the way to the end of range and feel and tissue reactivity. I go down 1 space to T2, 3. Again, I'm in the interspinous between 2 and 3. Upper neck flexion, retraction. You'll feel the lower neck drive the upper thoracic area. You'll feel the spinous process move and come down a little bit into extension. Retraction, okay? When I get to 3 and 4, add this in the nose. I'm putting this in the second edition. I didn't put it in the first one because I only discovered it after I wrote it. I thought the retraction would be enough for 3 on 4 and 4 on 5. It's really not. You have to start part A with retraction. So now I'm at 3, 4. Then part B, or stage 2 of this technique, involves a little extension. The linear motion isn't enough. Okay? For 1 on 2 and 2 on 3 it seems to be. But for 3 on 4 and 4 on 5 it doesn't appear to be. So I start with the linear, and then from there I then overturn the neck into extension. And then I'll feel 3 move on 4, and then finally 4 on 5. I'm moving and I'm palpating. So I'm between 1, 2, right in here. Okay, right between 1 and 2, and then 2, 3, and then 3, 4, between the spinous process. And then it's a movement of retraction. And then for 3 on 4 and 4 on 5, it's retraction followed by extension. Now, if someone's already flattened through here, why waste your time? So you're going to put together other aspects of your exam. This would be someone like Audrey here who has a rounding. So let's have you come up. Let's feel that. So, yeah, so we're going to see if it's, maybe it's just a positional thing. Let's see if it's stiff. So we get down 6, here's 7. So 1, 2, 2, 3. Yeah, 2, 3 is stiff. 3, 4, linear, and then overturn. And 4, 5. 3, 4 is the most restricted. That's the one I would work on the most. So retract and then overturn. There's hardly any motion. It's like it's locked in flexion. Okay, so you're going to need some working through here. Now for rotation, it's not as difficult. You're going to put your thumb, listening contact, on the contralateral side of the interspinous space. Okay, so if I'm going to assess rotation right, 1 through 4, I'm going to put my listening contact on the left, just to the side of the interspinous space. I'm going to use the head as a contact, and I'm going to turn her head until I feel 1 moving on 2. I'm going to go down to 2 and move it on 3. 3 on 4. 4 on 5. This side better? I'm saying for the camera. So I'm on 1, 2, but I'm not in the middle. For extension, I was in the middle. Now I'm on the contralateral side. So I'm going to rotate left. My contact is going to be just to the right of the interspinous space. You see what's happening? The head is moving the neck is moving the upper back. So the spinous of 1 is moving to her right. The spinous of 2 is moving to her right, like a domino effect. And I'm feeling that motion of the spinous processes. Yeah. So this would be rotation left, I'm on the right. Rotation right, I'm on the left. I'm not blocking, I'm just listening. All right? So for extension, coming in here light, good body mechanics. If she's slump sitting, then that's going to introduce contamination, so to speak. It's going to, she's not going to be in neutral, so I'm getting a false positive. She may feel stiff. It's because there's motion coming up into that segment. So we want the patient, as best you can, nice and straight. Sit up for me. Good. So extension, relax. Between 1 and 2, linear. 2 and 3, linear. 3, linear, overturn. 4 and 5, linear retraction, overturn. See what I'm saying? 1, 2, straight back. 2, 3, straight back. 3, 4, you've got to go straight and then tilt.